Justin Trudeau cannot escape the scandal. 3 different images of offensive stereotypes, to say the least, have emerged. And now in one poll in Ontario, Trudeau is down 15 points, or actually it could be more than that. They say, pollsters said the scandal erased a 15-point lead. Wow, that is huge. You know, when I first covered the story about Trudeau and this brown-faced, stupid, whatever it is, I won't talk about it. It's so dumb. But I didn't think anything was going to happen. I didn't think he would be held accountable. Well, apparently, whether they want to or not, people are not having it. Support for Justin Trudeau plummets as poll shows Conservative rivals would win 35.5% of national vote and the Liberals 32.9% in the wake of the Canadian PM's blackface scandal. Justin Trudeau, a darling of the left, with so many people talking about how he was young and charismatic. No, let me tell you what the socialists are saying. Over at Jacobin, they're saying he's just Joe Biden with abs. Justin Trudeau is actually getting smacked down over this scandal. And I got to say, I'm really surprised. I did not think they would do anything about it. So let's read a little bit. I've got some more information we can talk about. They say, support for the Canadian Prime Minister has plummeted in the wake of a blackface scandal. A Nanos research poll released yesterday said that Justin Trudeau's Conservative rivals would win. We read that. Last week, the ruling Liberals were knocked off course when Time magazine published a picture of Trudeau in brown makeup at a 2001 Arabian Nights party. When the image was taken, he was a 29-year-old teacher, but 2 other pictures and a video of him in blackface surfaced later. Following the controversy and 2 days of apologies, Trudeau will go ahead with his re-election campaign today and is set to visit Hamilton in Ontario. They say the images were at odds with his oft-stated position that he wants to improve the lot of minorities in Canada and prompted international ridicule. It's a body blow, pollster Frank Graves of Ecos Research said in an interview. Will the Liberals be able to recover? Who knows? There's no way of putting lipstick on a pig and making this go away. Graves said his polling, which he has yet to publish in detail, shows a shift towards Conservative Party leader Andrew Scheer and away from Trudeau nationally. Well, Justin Trudeau has just the right thing to solve this problem. Let me ask you this. Amid this scandal, with everyone outraged and polls plummeting, what would you suggest Justin Trudeau do? Maybe he should apologize. Maybe he can do like a big donation to like certain civil rights groups. Maybe he could do like a big sit-down interview with a famous civil rights activist and have a conversation about it. Talk about history and context. What do you think the right thing to do would have been for Justin Trudeau to recover from this? Well, if you said demand the confiscation of people's firearms, you would have been correct. Because I have no idea what he thinks he's doing, but here you go. Trudeau tries to shift focus from brownface images to gun control. Oh, how clever! Throw the red meat to the left. What did you do? You offended them? Well, hey, in typical good grifter form, if you want to still win, just turn around and say, ignore the photo. How about gun control? You know what? I bet a lot of people would accept it. They'd say, hey, I get what I want. Fine. Screw it. There are a lot of people who want gun control probably don't care about racism. And there are probably a lot of people who care about racism who don't care about gun control. So he's trying to save face thinking, I'll throw out this big issue, right? Gun control. Do a big tweet, shift focus. Here's why I think this is right. And he did it on purpose. He canceled his schedule. He postponed things, shut things down, and then comes out, we're going to ban AR-15s. The Guardian reports, Trudeau has tried to focus attention back on his re-election after a dramatic week in Canadian politics in which the Prime Minister admitted to multiple images of him in brownface, yes, and blackface, and not recalling how many times he had done it. Wow. The embattled Trudeau spent Friday walking the streets of East Toronto, posing for photos with residents, and unveiling his party's newest campaign pledge, a move to restrict handguns, ban assault-style rifles, which means nothing, just means rifles, and begin buying back military-grade weapons, which also means nothing, that were legally purchased. He made the announcement near the site of a gun rampage last year when Faisal Hussein shot 15 people. He said, as long as Canadians are losing their loved ones to gun violence, not enough has changed, said Trudeau of the proposed ban. We know you do not need a military-grade assault weapon, one designed to kill the largest amount of people in the shortest amount of time to take down a deer. Not true. It's not a military weapon, but that's the lie. You see the game he's playing? Now, does this remind you of anybody? If let me ask you this. We're going to play another game here, okay? I bet many of you didn't guess this is what his strategy would have been. Some of you probably already knew this. But when I asked, what do you think his plan was to get on the good side of the left? Did you bet ignoring it and calling for the confiscation of guns? I bet many of you didn't. But this is also reminiscent of another controversial figure that was not really associated with the left, but kind of, who did something very, very bad and then tried to talk about banning guns. Now, I'd like you to think, is it a politician? Is it going to be, I don't know, is it Nancy Pelosi? No. Justin Trudeau is calling on the spirit and inspiration of Harvey Weinstein. I kid you not. So I saw this from a tweet from Andy No. Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. I'll fight the NRA to channel my anger at myself for sexually harassing women. Bravo, Justin Trudeau. It's exactly what you needed to do. Pull a Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was outed, okay? He was being smeared and slammed, and he was being taken down. And so this is what he did. Is there a quote? He said, I am going to need a place to channel that anger. So I've decided that I'm going to give the NRA my full attention. Weinstein wrote in a statement, I hope Wayne LaPierre will enjoy his retirement party. I'm going to do it at the same place I had my bar mitzvah. He added, I am making a movie about our president. Perhaps we can make it a joint retirement party. What a desperate and disgusting strategy. Look, this is old news, okay? We get it. But Justin Trudeau is trying to pull the same thing. Remember when Kevin Spacey got outed and then he was like, oh, turns out, he then, comes out of the closet. It's like, right, we get it, dude. This is not how you handle bad press. I don't know how you recover from this, Justin Trudeau. You reap what you sow. You want to entertain these people and their offense culture and cancel culture? Well, this is what you get. Okay? These are the people you are courting. You've lost them. Perhaps you shouldn't have had them in the first place. Perhaps principled people should recognize that, hey, everybody makes a mistake and culture changes. But if you want their support and you encourage this behavior, the bell tolls for thee. Remember the story of Megyn Kelly? Megyn Kelly got fired for simply asking the question. How utterly absurd and insane that Justin Trudeau expects to come out of this unscathed when you can't even ask the question. Heaven forbid someone be ignorant about these issues. Do you guys remember this story from back in last October? Megyn Kelly, let me zoom in a little bit. They say Megyn Kelly is out at NBC after making controversial comments about blackface. During her 9 a.m. hour on the Today Show, Kelly claimed that blackface was acceptable in the context of Halloween costumes, saying, it was okay when I was a kid as long as you were dressing like a character. The backlash was swift and even drew criticism from longtime Today co-host Al Roker, who said, while she apologized to the staff, she owes a bigger apology to folks of color around the country, because this is a history going back to the 1830s. But I'd like to stress a point. They don't allow nuance in these conversations. First, Justin Trudeau engaged in brownface. They call it blackface because context is no longer relevant. Blackface was a specific practice. They did, white for the big mouth and the black on the face. What he did was tried to make himself appear, dark-skinned like he was Arabic or something or Middle Eastern. I'm not saying it's not offensive. I'm saying they are distinct. And that's why the media is referring to it mostly as brownface in a lot of circumstances. When it comes to Megyn Kelly, she was talking about costumes. I could be wrong. I don't think she was saying, doing a minstrel show. I think she was literally saying, what if you put on makeup as a kid for a costume? That was okay when she was little. And it was. She wasn't wrong. Well, they fired her for it because you aren't allowed to not know. That's the point here. I think she was making, the point she was making was important to talk about. And it probably would have been actually great for someone to say, that's a good point, but times have changed. And she would have went, interesting. Wow, I didn't realize that. Instead, get rid of her. No, there's no reconciliation. There's no forgiveness. I don't know why Justin Trudeau would have expected any different. But I will stress, because he's on the left, perhaps that's why. And that's probably why I thought nothing would happen. Why would anyone hold it against him? He's on their side. Well, just ask Jacobin. I believe they're socialists. I could be wrong. Sorry if I'm calling you socialists. Oh, they are. A plan to win socialism in America. Okay, they're socialists. Justin Trudeau is Joe Biden with abs. Okay, I don't disagree actually. But they don't like the guy. So yeah, you're gonna get ripped apart. They're gonna come for you. You're not gonna get out of this one unscathed. We'll see if he wins. I'd be surprised if he loses. But check this out. Pollsters said the scandal erased 15 points. Shouldn't he resign? To save the party, shouldn't he resign? Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know what's going to get him the win. But I'd imagine if that anger is coming because of him personally, a resignation would probably help, right? Well, there you go, Justin Trudeau. You've courted these people, and this is what you get. So I'll leave it there. Stick around. Next segment will be coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Podcast every day at 6:30 p.m. I'll see you all next time.